Yeah, we hop into the game and we see, oh wow, Sushi is bringing Tempo Mage here, so that was a misread from me. I thought he was playing Freeze Mage since he banned the Warrior. Maybe that's his entire strategy, banning the Warrior, signing to Harmon. Hey man, look at me, I Freeze Mage. And then Harmon is probably gonna mulligan for Freeze Mage, and then Sushi has an advantage.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what is gonna happen here. We see Kabbalist Tomb,
Yes.
Arcane, and Select. Kabbalist Tomb, well, it was in the deck of Hot Form, then it got removed, and I believe that RDU at DreamHack didn't play any Kabbalist Tomb, right?
No, he didn't. He played double Flame Strike, one Faceless Summoner, and the rest was pretty normal. Double Flame Waker, double Missiles, double Water Elemental. So that was pretty standard. The double Azure Drake, no Conjurer, Ethereal Conjurer though.
Yeah, I believe that that Hot Form nowadays plays, instead of the Kabbalist Tombs, he plays Acolytes of Pain for his draw.
Oh wow, that's
So, yeah, a little bit different here, but
I think it's a little bit slow though. But Harmon has a pretty good start. He had the coin into the Garrison Grub, into his animal companion. He get the strongest one, the Misha, and he still don't know that Sushi is playing Tempo Mage here since he didn't play something in the first 3 turns.
so is there a way here for Sushi to get back on the board? You have the Flame Juggler, of course, that can do a lot of damage. If you play it here together with the Arcane Missiles, you can launch 5 missiles, but with that 5 health and that 4 health, doesn't seem the way to play. Maybe go for Flame Waker and that Mirror Image?
Yeah, that's a possibility though. But you want to play the Flame Wake with way more spells. But Sushi is already in a position that he has to play those mirror images. Otherwise he's taking too much damage and he's getting too far behind on the board. But we see in Harmon's hand the perfect answer for it. He had that kill command on the Flame Waker next turn.
Yeah, he could also go for that Fireball to kill one of these minions. So maybe he decides to go for that one. Maybe just Fireball the Misha, make sure that the taunt is gone. Maybe even the Garrison Grub. Do you care about the two damage incoming?
No, I don't know why you would Fireball the Garrison Grub here instead over the Misha.
Well, it's harder to kill when you have, of course, all the missiles coming from the Flame Waker. And maybe if you play Flame Waker right now with the Frostbolt.
Double mirror images. Is he going for it? Is he going for the double mirror images, protecting his Flame Waker? I think he's going for it. Arcane Missiles is not doing that much though. He's going for the missiles. Only 5 missiles, so the chance he's killing something here is pretty small. He kills off the festival, but he's giving Harmon 2 new minions. Oh wow! He snipes one of the 1/1s.
Pretty good Flame Waker here for Harmon, but like you said, the great answer in the hand of Harmon is that kill command. But maybe you can go around it another way.
You can go for a 50-50 Kodo. Is Sushi going for it? Oh wow, is Harmon going for it? And he's so greedy again, like he was before in this competition with that Hoffer. And now he's losing it. And that's actually pretty bad for him, because now he instantly loses the board while he was so far ahead. Sushi can so easily remove this board with a new mirror images, Fireball on the Kodo.
And he can Frostbolt the Misha as well. So Frostbolt, Fireball is a possibility here. But if you Fireball first and those 2 juggles coming from the Flame Waker just hit that Misha, that's gonna be insane value. And even if you hit one, you can maybe use your hero power or go for Mirror Image. So
yeah, I think Mirror Image is way better, just to protect the Flame Waker from a bow or for something else that can attack it like a charge.
Decides
oh wow,
to
it's
go.
the draw. Oh, and he picks up a huge card here with the Arcane Blast. Now Sushi's hoping for some good juggles here. Not gonna happen. Arcane Blast isn't gonna hit.
It is. Wow. Yeah, we went for a lot of... it could have gone wrong, but with that many missiles, you expect them to hit, but you never know for sure. So here's the bow for Harmon and the Huffer, so he's going to remove the Flame Waker finally from the board and put in some damage on the face of the mage, and now it's even in health.
Yeah, 2020, and I think Sushi should have played the mirror images there. You know, he put it on 2-3, so it was vulnerable for a bow. You knew he was going to play bow there. I don't know.
How important is it that you keep that Flame Waker on the board? Because the Flame Waker did a lot of work.
It's one of the strongest cards in your deck, and if you can, I don't know, man, you always want to have it alive.
if you can possibly keep it alive, you just make sure that you can. Well, we're now at 7 mana, and that means that Harman is 1 turn away from the Call of the Wild. So he has different ways to go here with the board. He can kill command the Azure Drake, or he can just use the Hover here and the bow. Maybe just keep that kill command from some extra burst.
You can use the kill command. I think you want to protect your minions here, especially with the Call of the Wild coming up. If you play Call of the Wild, all your minions get a buff. So if you remove the Hover, you don't get a buff on Hover, and Hover can do a lot more damage over time. And Sushi picks up the second Flame Waker, but he does have a lot of spells. Yeah, he's the mirror images, and now he needs some lucky juggles on those.
Wow.
Ooh. He's going for the ping here.
But now with that Call of the Wild incoming, Harman has a great way to remove those mirror images and can even remove that Flame Waker, the last of Sushi. And then a lot of damage is gone, but he has some burst in hand. He has a Cabalist team, so maybe there's a way to come back in the game. And there's the snipe of the Blood Mage Talmus as well. So wow, and a great pickup.
What a top deck by Sushi there. The Flame Strike completely removing the board from Harman, and Harman doesn't have a proper way to follow this up. Yeah, he has the bow and the Houndmaster, but is it enough?
That is that's the question here. But oh yeah, he gets a Savannah Hymen. You saw a little bit earlier than I did.
That's a huge pickup here. That's a huge pickup. And now he's pushing for Lethal here. Yeah. Ooh, Frostbolt. Do you have Lethal here? No, you don't. You have 9 damage in hand. I think you just go for that Drake. Frostbolt Hymen, so you cannot get that damage. Ooh, and a Torch. He's even playing more damage. Can he make a setup for Lethal here?
So if he doesn't do anything about that Savannah Hymen, but he does, then well, just going for face. So now he has 11 in hand.
Yeah.
And 4 on the board. So if he doesn't take care of that...
Is this Lethal? 10? 12? No, he cannot attack with the Hymen, so he's 2 off Lethal. But I think even Harman has to kill the Azure Drake, otherwise he's gonna lose the game. Do some extra burst.
So this game is going to be pretty close here. So the question is, can Sushi remove the board? And there's the great card that could do it.
Oh wow! I think Sushi has to play this. He can also decide to go for Cabalist too.
Because if he decides to remove, decides to kill that Savannah Hymen and kill the Houndmaster, there will be 9 damage left, so only 1 damage extra will kill Sushi. So the question is,
yeah, but
what does Joxeron do different than just removing those minions?
You need a really good jog. It can heal you. It can maybe freeze the board. It can eventually remove the entire board. And when you play Jog, you still have that 7/5 minion on board. And with that Torch and Fireball in hand, it can give you lethal next turn.
Yeah, I feel the Yogg for the Yogg as well. And here we go. The Yogg is on board. There is the Flare. Draw here. Water Elemental. Then we go for the Mulch. Where does it go? Goes on the Houndmaster.
That's one. Disselty. Oh wow. Polymorph on the Hymen.
Wow, that is a great Joxeron and a Wind Fury for maybe the Sheep. Yeah, the Sheep got Wind Fury, and wow, that is crazy. He has a Frost Trap there, Freezing Trap, Bite on his own, Shadow Flame.
He's getting 4 armor from the... Wow, what a Joxeron here. And now he has lethal next turn with the Fireball and the Forgotten Torch.
Pay attention, class.
Joxeron completely swinging around the game.
And I don't see any way here for Harman to come back. Yeah, it is that Fireball and that Forgotten Torch, and then just a ping to the face. That will decide that Shishi gets 1-0 ahead against his teammate Harman. So yeah, he wins with the Mage. Tempo Mage pretty strong.
Yeah, as we see, Tempo Mage draw as a counter for Hunter, and we really see why. He just dropped Joxeron and win the game from that. But what a Joxeron for Sushi. He had like the removal on the board, he had a heal, he had the trap to protect attack. He had some card draw.
I'm already happy that the whole tempo mage is becoming a big thing, because Yoxeron is one of the best things for spectating Hearthstone. It's such a nice card to watch. You never know what happens. It's always exciting and it's never still, and that is what makes Hearthstone such a great game. So we're gonna go into the second game here between Sushi and Harman, and let's go to the mulligan.
Yeah, we see Hunter versus Hunter, and yeah, this is actually a coin flip, right?
Yeah,
who draws the best wins the game.
So you want initiative here on the board, and that Doomsayer is going to help Harman maybe to get that initiative on the board. Let's see what Sushi wants to mulligan for. Wants a little bit the same, but yeah, that Doomsayer is pretty big here for Harman, I believe.
Yeah, that Doomsayer is really huge. Normally it's a coin flip, this matchup. But when you play Doomsayers, you can deny the tempo of your opponent so hard. You get some... You can maybe get some card advantage on it if you can kill 2 minions off with the Doomsayer.
Yeah, so the question is here, is Sushi going to play that? So yeah, he is. And, well, afterwards, he can kill the Doomsayer, but that's going to tank up so much damage. So the question here for Sushi is going to be, do you want to destroy the Doomsayer or not?
Yeah, you definitely want to destroy it. You don't want to lose your tempo, you don't want to lose your board, and he has an easy way of dealing with this Doomsayer. Just play the boat, trade everything in, your minions will survive, everything will be fine. I actually don't know why Harman didn't just coin out the Doomsayer there.
He was going to be a little bit greedy there for not expecting to be there. The bow and the frog were great counters to it. If Sushi would have had a little bit less of a good of a hand, he would have won. And what you have seen with Harman in this whole season is that he goes for the win. He sometimes takes risks, and if the coin flips his way, then he takes the game. And now 2 times in a row the coin didn't go his way, and well,
as you can see in the standings, if you play risky like that, you're not gonna win a lot of matches. And he's on the bottom of the rankings at the moment, I guess. He's like number 6 or something. So you can maybe win one of those coin flips and instantly win the game from that, but in the long term you're gonna lose more than that you're gonna win.
Yeah, so now we look here at the hand of Sushi. He can favorably trade, can keep both of his minions alive, and even add a Houndmaster if he likes. But he's doubting about that kill command. Why would you?
Nah, you definitely go for Houndmaster. You have the opportunity to finally play it on a beast, so that's exactly what you want to do on turn 4. So you just trade in the Fury Bat into one of those minions, probably the huge toad. Trade it one away with the bow and then play the Houndmaster. You have 2 big minions on the board. And Harman's turn 4 is not going to be that scary though. What can he play on turn 4? Maybe an Animal Companion, Infested Wolf.
Now you definitely want to remove all his minions to make sure that there's no beast on the board. That Houndmaster is so scary, and that makes the Carrion Grab very scary. But there's none of that on the board, so the Houndmaster comes on the board for Sushi, and he has an advantage of the incentive here in the game, and that's all because that Harman took a risk of playing the Doomsayer on turn 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, he's so far behind now, and versus Hunter there's probably no way you're gonna come back from that. If you take he's gonna take 9 damage this turn, and then he's on that clock that Harman has to make a tempo swing and also defend his life points, and there's no way that's gonna happen. Oh wow, we see Sushi also playing Doomsayers.
Yeah, and what we see in the hand of Harman is a Tundra Rhino. That's one of the tech choices that you can go for on turn 5. Other ones go for the Kodo. We saw for Harman both, I believe. Yeah,
Kodo's a little bit more good against Shaman and Zoom decks like that. But Rhino is pretty good if you... Yeah, if it stays on the board, it normally wins you the game from that. If you can play the Rhino into the high main, get some charge on it, it's so ridiculously good. It also forces your opponent to make a suboptimal play there.
So the thing that Sushi is thinking about here, I believe, is if he is going to kill command that wolf, because he cannot trade both of his minions very favorably. But if he kill commands it, he can kill both 1/1s that come from the wolf as well. But he decides not to do anything, just go for the face, and maybe
face is the right choice there.
Yeah,
you can put him already on like 6 HP, and now you force Harman to defend his life points, but also remove the entire board. Even Houndmaster is not going to do it here.
Yeah, he's on a 3-turn clock here. He has to win in 3 turns, and
the Rhino is going to do a lot here. He can remove the board, and Now we see Sushi not having enough damage to kill him off, but I also don't see a way that Harmon is gonna win this game in 3 turns.
No, you just do Toad, Doomsayer, and just press press the hero power.
Yeah, you only have to press hero power like 3 more turns. So this turn and the next 2 turns, and then everything will be fine. Also, if the huge Toad hits the face, you don't even need 3 turns, but only 2.
Exactly. So yeah, that hero power of the Hunter pretty strong if you want to pressure your opponent. And it looks like Sushi is gonna be 2-0, but you never know. Maybe something is in the deck of Harmon that he can pull out of. Maybe there's a Reno Jackson. You never know.
Did we see cards twice? I don't think so, right? We only see cards once, but I don't think he plays Reno on this list.
No, I never seen a Hunter play Reno. It would be ridiculous. So there's Unleash. That's not gonna help.
I don't know why Sushi would make this play. Now you give your opponent an opportunity to put even more on the board. Especially with that Tundra Rhino, there's such a easy way to clear this board.
Yeah, decides to go for the Hounds here. But because that Harmon has to trade, there's only a 1-1 on the board. And now with a Bear Trap. Also
Bear Trap.
Tech choice here for Sushi. Yeah, that's gonna seal the deal here. That's gonna be game for Sushi. He puts a Toad on the board, a Doomsayer, uses his hero power. And yeah, I don't see how Harmon can come back from this, but I didn't see that three turns ago.
No, let's see if Harmon can do something here. He cannot even Alec into Reno. Too bad, too bad. He can Town up. Kill command Doomsayer. He can survive 1 more turn.
Yeah, but that's gonna be it. That's
definitely
all.
gonna be it. There's also a lot of outs in the deck of Sushi. Oh, Huffer is gonna win him the game here.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it.
Or 50-50 juggle there. 50-50 juggle for Lethal there. Oh, Call of the Wild.
Yeah, of course, Call of the Wild. So
well, I can see it, yeah.
So alright, it's 2-0 for Sushi. His Hunter wins versus the Hunter of that one of Harmon, his teammate. So yeah. It's looking pretty one-sided here at the start of the evening.
And is it gonna happen that Sushi's coming back from 0-4 to 3-4 and then ending up 5th place and being salty?
Well, he still has a shot at going to the finals if he wins this week and next week.
Is there someone going to the finals with a 3-4 score? Is that possible?
I'm just looking at the standings here. There are people in the top 4 now only having 3 wins, and they all have to play tonight. And only LP Dutch Boy, Nora, or Arnie they can get 3-3. But if you lost against them, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. So just let's see how this match goes here, and
yeah, we're gonna see. Ooh, and now we see Harmon queuing Hunter into the Control Warrior of Sushi. We still don't know, by the way, if it's Control Warrior. Maybe it's a Temple Warrior. But normally Hunter is winning this matchup. Pretty one-sided. That's why you saw a lot of Hunters at DreamHack. Just to counter all those Warriors. What is going to happen here? Sushi has that double War Axe in his starting hand. Really good starting hand for Sushi there. And Harmon is missing his 2-drop here, and that's pretty huge. Normally you curve pretty well, and then you win the game from that. But now Sushi has a little bit more time to set up a board. He can just equip the War Axe and can kill off maybe the Animal Companion there.
Yeah. Well, like we said, like I said, the match, the games before, that Harmon took in the first 2 games. He took 2 times. He took a big risk.
Yeah, definitely. He took way too much risk there.
And now he's 0-2, and it's gonna be pretty hard here without those, without that 2-drop now drawing into King's Alec, but that's too late. I think he hoped for a Houndmaster. That might do it for him, but it's gonna be pretty rough here. I think Sushi just plays the monkey and swings for the grub. Do you even go ignore it and go to face?
You can just coin out the Corkron, clear off the Kerosene Grub. I think you want to clear the Grub. You know Harmon is playing that Houndmaster, so if you go for Monkey, and he has the Houndmaster, you're instantly so far behind. And you can make a proper trade with that Corkron and Weapon Swing. And you know Hunter doesn't play cards like Inner Rage, Whirlwind, Effects, things like that to do 1 damage that easy. They normally has to waste like a bow charge or a quick shot to deal 1 damage. So I think that's the play here.
That's a favorable trade here for Sushi. Just the bow, just the weapon charge, and has a 4-1 on the board, 7 damage. And yeah, good luck, Harman, dealing with this one. He finds a Tundra Rhino, but
he's probably going for a quick shot here. Is he gonna find something? Ooh, and now Harman sees the Harrison Jones not in the hand of Sushi. So we're a little bit more comfortable with playing that Eagle Horn bow.
yeah, but do you expect against Temple Warrior, do you expect Harrison Jones? It's one of the tech choices. You can also go for Sylvanas, but with the aggressive meta being happening, and with all the weapon meta with Hunter, with the Doom Hammer of the Shaman, Harrison Jones seems
you
a
see
good
Harrison getting played a lot lately, especially with those Shamans. We saw Sushi banning the Warrior of Harman, I guess. So maybe that's a little bit weird, right? That he still brought the Harrison, but Harrison is still good against Hunter and Shaman.
There is a way for Harman to get into this game, and that is when Sushi plays that Blood of Brave, because then he has a chance to play the Stampeding Kodo. And of course Sushi knows this, but is he gonna take the risk? He is 2-0.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just played Blood of Brave here. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's a 2-4. Yeah, and now he's gonna get punished by Harman.
yeah, the Kodo, like I said, it's gonna come, and there's the swing. But is it a big swing enough to get Harman back into the game?
No, Harman is pretty far ahead now. He still has the Eagle Horn Bow Animal Companion next turn. And he has the Tundra Rhino Huge Sword on turn 7. And if he can pick up in the next 2 turns that Call of the Wild, he's probably going to take away this game. But Sushi, we'll see. He's probably going for the Monkey into the X.
That might damage the Kodo here a little bit. So yeah, Harman might be hoping to get the Huffer, and then he can clear out that Monkey easily. Yeah, Leok as well. Yeah.
Good. So he has 2 good rolls on the Animal Companion there. And Harman was pretty lucky with his Animal Companions lately, so let's see if he's getting lucky with an Animal Companion again.
Is it Huffer? No, it's
Leok. Also a pretty good one.
Yeah, he had a 66% chance of drawing a good companion. Goes for the Toad, not the Bow, doesn't have to develop the weapon, wants to develop the board with the minions, and there's a Ravaging Ghoul.
That can actually be pretty good here. You can go for Ravaging Ghoul, War Axe into Execute. Oh wow. But Sushi decides differently here.
He wants to hope. He hopes that the bile from the frog hits the Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah, and he can still execute the Kodo here, so that's actually a good play. Oh no, and now he's not lucky here. Not getting a draw. And also that Acolyte is a pretty good trade on the Leo, but oh wow, there's that Call of the Wild we were talking about.
Yeah, just 1 turn too early, but rather 1 turn too early than 1 turn too late. So 1 draw here for Sushi, but the board for Harman looks pretty good. But that draw, that Blood of the Brave, might save him here a little bit.
Oh wow. He can eventually go for... Oh, he can trade into the Wolf, play Ravaging Ghoul. He decides to clear off the Leok. And now that Call of the Wild... Yeah, that's gonna do a lot of work. There we go, Call of the Wild. That hover trade so easy in that Blood of Brave. And that Infested Wolf can clear that Ravaging Ghoul pretty good, but also the weapon charge is doing it.
Yeah, just keep your minions on the board here, and now there is 11, 13 damage. So there's lethal, threat of lethal here from Harman, and that Gromage is gonna take care of it, but for how long?
And this is lethal. He has 2 damage, 8. He has 10 damage here. No, he's 2 damage off. He cannot play Houndmaster, Tundra Rhino, and the hero power. Oh, he's going for it. I think he just hero power here. Oh wow. Oh, it's 3 damage actually, because we got a buff from the Leo.
Yeah, so there's Harrison Jones. Is it gonna help?
A little bit late there. Malkorok.
Malkorok into Cursed Blade to finish off the game?
No, not gonna happen. As we expected, the Hunter's gonna win this one probably. But Sushi has still 2 more shots to win this match.
And well, the Blood of Brave, that was a gamble there from Sushi, just playing that on turn 4 and getting it Kodo'd. So yeah.
I think if he went for something else, like a monkey there, I think he would probably have won the game. He was so far behind after that Kodo, he couldn't come back from it.
Yeah. So yeah, but he was 2-0, so had a little bit of a chance to take a risk, and now it's 2-1 for Sushi still. So let's see how it goes. The next game is going to be Shaman versus Hunter. Shaman versus Warrior. So yeah, we see Tunnel Chalk, Flame Reader Faceless here, so a lot of overload, and not that great of a starting hand here for the Warrior. No axe.
Yeah, that's oh wow, he top decks it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the bad hand of Sushi. I was just saying, oh, he could eventually coin out the Frothing into the Ravaging Ghoul the turn after, but now we have that War Axe, and that's so huge. But Sushi's thinking about, do I already go for it? I don't think he has to. And Harm decides to play his 1-1. He could also consider totem up there, play on curve. There's the War Axe punishing Harmon there.
But it's gonna be great if Sushi picks up an execute. He can deal with the faceless pretty good. But yeah, Totem Golem gonna be played here. That means that there will be no Flame Weighted Faceless on turn 4 because of the overload. Sure. And yeah, he can deal with the board, maybe with the Ravaging Ghoul, but maybe he wants to decide to keep that one for the faceless, but he has that slam to do some damage. So yeah, Ravaging Ghoul contests the board, clears out the Golem with use of the weapon. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think you just go for the Ravaging Ghoul here. Clear off the Totem Golem. You know, turn 4 is probably gonna be like Feral Spirits or maybe a discard to Tonic, because he has only 3 mana left. But Ravaging Ghoul contest all of it, pretty good. You know there's no 7/7 coming out next turn, so I think the Ghoul is fine here. Saving that coin for your big minions later on in the game. You still have that Malkrok and Gromage. You want to put those minions out as fast as possible.
Yeah, you definitely want to. So yeah, he's thinking about it, and goes for the Ravaging Ghoul, uses his weapon probably on that Golem, and that settles the board a little bit.
Sir Finley, is he gonna play it, or is he just going for that Totem Lightning Bolt? He decides to go for Finley. He didn't play any... Ooh, did he go for Hunter? Did he go for the heal? Yeah, he's going for the Smork one. Try to Smork down that Temple Warrior.
So now the board is back for Harmon, and well, he can use that Corcoran to kill Finley, and yeah, puts him in a decent position here.
Yeah, the problem here for Sushi is at 7/7, but if you see in the hand, there's no proper way of dealing it. He needs that Whirlwind effect to clear it off, and he doesn't find it. So
yeah, do you develop a threat here? Do you do Armor Smith and Frothing, and you clear the 1/1?
No, you can just coin out the Cairn, right? That's your biggest minion there. You can trade the 1/1 there. I think that's correct, but you kind of take 7 damage, and that's so annoying. Maybe you just go. You can go for that Armor Smith later on when you pick up like a Whirlwind effect, so you can get a lot of armor in one turn.
All right. So you go for the Cairn. I would go for Frothing. Oh, he goes even for the Slam.
Yeah, he's going for the Slam. Trade probably the 1/1 there.
Hopes for the Execute to be drawn, but it doesn't happen.
Ooh, and there's the second Armor Smith. I think Sushi must be really happy to see both that Armor Smiths coming in.
So we see Rockbiter, probably Ancestral Knowledge. Just play it, see what you draw. Tombhammer cannot be played because of the overload. So
Harmon is thinking about the overload because he has Doomhammer Rockbiter in hand. He can put down 9 damage to the face now, so he leaves up with 13. And he has Rockbiter, Doomhammer for 10 next turn. But Harmon knows it's not enough probably to kill him off. Wow, and he has a lot of bursts in the hand here. He's probably going to hit the face here, especially with all those bursts in hand. Yeah, good choice here by Harmon. But we see the double Armor Smith from Sushi. And that's going to give him a lot of health, and it's going to be really difficult for Harmon to deal with that. Let's see what Sushi's going to do here. He can go for the double Armor Smith into Acolyte. Trade away that Frothing into the Flame Red Face is getting 4 armor, I guess. Yeah, 4 armor. No, only 2, right?
Yeah, you only get 2, but you can also armor up, so you can get 4 in total. And just have a 4-1 and 2-1 force on the board. I have another important question here that I'm asking myself. Is he going to play the Golden Doomhammer or the normal Doomhammer?
I think you'd go for the normal Doomhammer. I think the Golden is a little bit too fancy here. Oh, he can only play the Doomhammer here, by the way. Can do 4 damage here. And it's really difficult for Sushi now to develop some health. He only has the... Harmon does have minions to give some armor to Sushi, or Sushi has to find the Whirlwind effect, but he has that Battle Rage to pick up here. He can draw 2 more cards to get that Battle Rage, or even the Taunt. Oh, he doesn't get it, and he's losing this game now. The Drop Biter Lava Burst is gonna win Harmon the game, and
or even Rock Biter Hero Power gonna do it. So yeah.
And this is game for Harmon. Wow. It was looking so good for Sushi. He had the double armor smith, but he didn't have any activators to gain that armor. And now Harmon is taking away the game and brings it back to 2-2 and go for the final match here.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So we have a mage versus a warrior, I believe.
Yeah, his mage is left. I think it's gonna be Temple Mage though.
Alright, Tempo Mage versus Tempo Warrior. So, well, this game has to be over quickly because they're having a lot of tempo. So, what do you expect here to win the final game? Who has the best hand?
Yeah, it's Warrior against Tempo Mage. From my experience, I think Warrior's a little bit more better against the Tempo Mage, but there's still that Jox around in the deck. But we still don't know if it's Tempo Mage, right? It can still be Freeze Mage.
And if it's Freeze Mage, then it's gonna be pretty hard here for Harmon to win either way. So looks like Harmon kept his hardest matchup for last, and it is a Tempo Mage, as we can see here in the mulligan.
Yeah, Tempo Mage as we expected. Otherwise, we would probably have seen that Warrior ban.
And I'm happy for it, because we might see another Yoxeron, so...
Yeah, Joxtron is always fun to see, right? Can swing around the game so hard, but it can also be such bad for you.
Yeah, so we see Slam, Whirlwind, Ravaging Ghoul, Acolyte of Pain. There is no War Axe. You want your War Axe, but...
Yeah, do your hard mulligan for the War Axe. I think you can do that. Yeah. Doesn't get it, but he still has a pretty good curve here. He had the Armor Smith. If Harmon goes for that Mana Worm, you have the perfect answer with the Blood to IQ. You Blood to IQ the Mana Worm, and then the 2-2 contest the 1-2. I don't think Harmon is going to play the Frostbolt on it. So I think he has to play the Fire Blast on the Slime and trade away. No. Oh, he's going for the Frostbolt. Really aggressive here from Harmon. Yeah, he knows he has an Arcane Intellect next turn to even boost that Mana Worm to 3-2.
And what can Sushi do here? You know that he doesn't have the War Axe, because otherwise he wouldn't have played the Blood to Ichor. He goes to the Slam, doesn't draw anything because the minion dies, and yeah, now you just go for that Arcane Intellect. No, he goes to the Flame Waker, just really, beyond the board.
Really aggressive player by Harmon, as we expect from him. Sushi doesn't have a proper answer for it. Yeah, Harmon knew there was no War Axe, so he could have played it, and he already saw one Slam. So the chance there was an Activator and Execute on the Flame Waker was pretty small.
So
he's gonna hit twice. No, not hitting twice here. If it hit twice, he could have cleared it so easy. But there's still clear for Sushi here with the trade and the Ravaging Ghoul. But do you go for it already? I don't think you can leave that Flame Waker up. It's too scary, I guess.
Yeah, it can do a lot of damage, and you see 5 cards in the hand of Harmon, and you have no idea if that is a spell or a minion. And if that is all spells, well, that's gonna do a lot of damage. But Sushi... I might just go for that Blood of Brave here, and well, one of the missiles of the Flame Waker will of course activate the Blood of Brave as well, so...
But see the card in Harmon's hand, he's playing an Ice Block in his Tempo Mage, giving him an extra turn to maybe draw some extra burst, but against Warrior I don't think that's the way how you win this game.
So just one spell in the hand here of Harmon, and that is not what you want, as a Tempo Warrior with a Flame Waker on the board can play it as a Drake for a little bit of tempo.
Yeah, you can go for a Mana Worm and print this Ice Block. Hopefully you get some decent juggles, but if you hit the juggle on the Blood of Brave, you boost that one to 5-5. And that's not actually what you want, right?
Well, that's definitely...
Gonna happen. Oh, At least he had one good juggle there. If that second juggle went face, he was... Yeah, it was pretty far behind. Yeah, and Sushi don't know what kind of secret that is. I don't think Sushi is expecting the ice block there.
Well, with the Blood to Icar on the Apprentice and the Ravaging Ghoul, you have a pretty good board clear here and can even kill the Mana Worm. Might even play the Armor Smith, but if you keep the coin, you can play Melkorok next turn. So yeah, maybe just the Blood to Icar and the Ravaging Ghoul.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I don't think you have to Armor Smith yet. You're still on 27 HP, so you don't really need that armor. And also, a 1/4 is not doing that much on the board. And Harmon is running out of cards. He only has 3 cards left in the hand, and we see a full hand of Sushi, and he's taking over the board too.
Yeah, so it looks pretty good for Sushi here. Is there a way to clear the board? Well, of course, there is a Flame Strike that you can draw into, and Arcane Intellect might do that. There's a Fireball and an Arcane Blast.
Really good pickup there. Now we can ping up the Sly and Arcane Blast at 5/2, and at least Sushi up with only a 3/3 there. But now he can point out that Melkorok, but is there that Curse Blade coming out? And then Harmon can deal a 14 damage Fireball to the face.
Well, the pickup of the War Axe is very good, because if you get that Curse Blade, the next turn you can replace it with that Fury War Axe. Well, you get a lot of damage to the face if there's 2 fireballs in that. Well, only 1 fireball can be played. But
Sushi knows there's no mirror entity, so I don't know where he's playing around. Or does he want to play the Gramage next year? I don't think so, right? You're just going out the Melkorok here.
Yeah.
You already saw that it was no mirror entity. You saw it was no mirror image. What do you say? The effigy.
Yeah. And
He tested for Ice Barrier. He tested for...
Did he test for Ice Barrier? He didn't attack the face, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh no, he did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for that. So no counter spell too.
Wow, and he gets the
He ate a
hunter.
longbow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Harmon must be so... Now that Drake's gonna get traded away so easily. Oh, this
Do
looks
you
really
go
bad.
You keep the bot mage Selmas just for wow.
Yeah, you keep it for the Arcane Blast. You keep it eventually for even more juggles.
Yeah, and he finds the activator for the Chromage on turn 9 if he wants to burst. So yeah, you just hit the Gladiator Longbow into the Azure Drake. Can play Armor Smith if you like, but you might be a little bit afraid of that that Flame Strike, because Sushi played a Flame Strike himself.
Yeah, exactly. But Flame Strike is not doing that much, right? It only kills the 3/3. It can maybe kill your Armor Smith too. It gives you 3 health, but the most important thing is that the 6/5 is surviving there. So I think you just go for it. Set up for lethal. Yeah, Sushi maybe knows already there's gonna be an ice block there.
Right, so 15 health left for Harmon. He finds his Spell Slinger, and maybe that can give him the spell he wants to. But the thing is, he gives a spell to his opponent as well.
Yeah, he needs to get really lucky with the Spell Slinger. Maybe getting a Frost Nova, giving an extra turn.
It was pretty good to play the Armor Smith, because if he goes for Flame Waker into Fireball, that can give a lot of armor here to the Warrior. That Melkorok is gone. Where did the Juggles land?
If it hits another one on the Ravaging, wow, that's huge. Because now the Whirlwind is gonna kill off the Ravaging Ghoul, but it's still not that time.
No, so Longbow into the Waker, and then
8, 9.
it's one
No,
off lethal.
You cannot kill him yet. We're gonna wait one more turn here.
What you could also do is just Longbow the face and the Ravaging Ghoul. Just trade with the Waker with your minions and go with the bow to the face, and then next turn you know, unless there's a taunt, you have lethal.
Yeah, exactly. You can also... it's such a difficult turn for Sushi. You don't want to waste his Whirlwind here. That's because you want to save it for Gramage.
Yeah, but if you just run the Ravaging Ghoul and your Armor Smith into that Flame Waker, run the bow into the face, then next turn you have lethal, so...
Yeah, but there's that Ice Block, and Sushi probably knows, and if you go for that Gramage,
right.
into the face, you still leave him on 10 HP.
Production didn't put up the Mage Secret, so...
Yeah, he's already going for that Gramage. He already saw one Fireball, so I don't think he's really afraid of that. And now, that's actually really well played. Oh wow, there's the second Fireball from Harmon. And that saves him a little bit longer here. But he decides to go for Blood Mage. Fireball into Spell Slinger, probably.
Well, you can clear with using its hero power. You can clear the Ravaging Ghoul as well.
Yeah, that's true. Oh wow, she's supposed to be like, oh no. Oh wow, did he pick it up here? No, he's still one off.
I might go for the Acolyte of Pain in 2 Worlds here, just to draw a card, get some armor, and get out of the range of the burst, because this is a bursty tempo mage. If he gets enough armor, he's out of range of Harmon, he cannot kill him, and he finds even another whirlwind effect.
Yeah, but he also saw already 2 fireballs, so the range of Harmon is really low. And if she's already on 40 HP, is there a way Harmon can come back from this? What is still... Ooh, and Cavalier's Tomb can do something really nice here. Another one. I think he's going for Spell Slinger. He wants to Arcane Blast the Ravaging Ghoul so he can prevent Sushi from popping the Ice Block. But there's still that Korkon Elite, and there's Tough Steel. Maybe he can steal Tough first out of the deck of Harmon. Or maybe even steal Jox around.
I'll just go for Varian Rin, who we just drew, and well, see what you get.
Tough Steel here from Sushi, that's gonna be a lot of fun. What is he getting here? Arcane Missile's Frostbolt. That's the burst he was looking for. Yeah, he's still at the charge, of course, but now I can probably clear the entire board and also pop the block. A nice Tough Steel here from Sushi.
So yeah, just clears. Well, you have the Arcane Missiles, you have the Frostbolt, you have the Fury War Axe to deal with the mage next turn. So yeah, looks good. Just pop the block.
Yeah, pop the block. And now you have that Frostball to kill him up next turn. In fact, even then when Harmon clears the entire board. You have the Frostball to ping the face. Finish off the game. There it is, Jox Run. Can he get some extra life back? Or can he even get that secret, another ice block from it? There we go. Wow, he cannot attack anymore with his minions. He didn't attack first.
So there's a revenge.
That revenge, dealing 4 damage to everything. Deadly poison nothing. Oh, shield block! Is this really happening? Elemental destruction.
My
Overload?
upgrades his weapon. Well, there is no means to kill, so no more life to gain. So Frostbolt and Fury War Axe is gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that is gonna win or Sushi the game. So that's gonna be 3-2 unless he doesn't see it. But he wants to do it fancy.
He wants to do it with the cards of Harmon. Arcane Missiles for 3 and the Frostbolt. Nice Tough Steel there. Oh wow, he's gonna Frostbolt his own face and then he cannot attack with the Warx anymore. That would be fun, right? That would be an insane BM.
That would be an insane BM. It's 3-2 for Sushi.